And with us now from Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, unveiling the heroic efforts as Deputy Ambassador of Israel to Ethiopia, Tomer Bar Lavi, on the recent rescue operation. Tomer, thank you so much for making the time for us today.
Thank you very much, Amit.
Now, Tomer, over 200 Israelis and Jews were taken from harm's way. Tell us more about the operation.
Yeah, so first of all, I must say that I arrived in Ethiopia for my position as a Deputy Ambassador just a week and a half ago, last Thursday. And immediately I was met with an emergency situation in the country. And I actually, looking back, I had the privilege of taking part in an incredible effort that was done by the embassy here in Ethiopia, together with our partners in Israel, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and many other different bodies who worked day and night to help and evacuate over 200 Israelis and Jews eligible for Aliyah from areas which were unfortunately facing instability and violence. And I must say that it's a privilege to have taken part in this, and we worked day and night over the past week, and in the end we were able to carry out this complicated operation from, in the beginning, locating and getting in touch with the different people stranded there through organizing the plans for the evacuation, doing nonstop situational assessments with our partners in Jerusalem, and finally meeting them at the airport here in Addis, which is thankfully a stable and quiet city where they can now, some of them have already returned to Israel. Each of them makes their own decisions about their next steps. So that's what I'd like to share about this incredible effort that took place over the last week.
It's definitely really impressive to hear. Now, what's the current situation on the ground, actually? Are you expecting more evacuations in the coming days, the coming weeks?
So thankfully, in the capital city, Addis Ababa, the situation is completely quiet and stable. We brought the Israelis from the areas where, unfortunately, we're facing urban combat, really some difficult incidents over the last week. Here, stable or quiet. Soon, hopefully, the situation will settle down, including in the regions which were facing instability, and then we can get back to doing what we usually do as an embassy, and that's building and strengthening the relations between our countries and our peoples, whether it's economic work, development work, cultural cooperation, and things like that.
What's your advice to Israelis still in battle regions? Hunker down, maybe try to escape? What is it?
So it's good that you bring that up. There are some Israelis that, even though we were in touch with them, due to the situation on the ground and despite our efforts, they weren't able to make it to the evacuation points that were determined. But the thing is that over the last few days, the airports have reopened and flights are starting to come in and out of the main cities, Gondar, Bahar Dar, in the Amhara region, the areas which were facing some more intense fighting over the last week. And so we currently hope that the Israelis who are still in those areas will be able to safely get back home as soon as possible.
Tomer, really, really shortly, does Israel have any role in trying to help ease the conflict?
That's an interesting question. Look, we have very close and historic relations with the people and the country of Ethiopia, and we, in general, we always hope for peace and stability within the country. And we hope to work with those who are promoting peace and stability within the country. That's always part of our work as the Israeli embassy in Ethiopia and as the state of Israel in general.
Impressive work. Tomer, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you very much, Amit. It was a pleasure to be here.